per game. But that's nothing. Grambling State won a game a couple of weeks ago by 101. We'll talk a little bit about that as we roll on. First possession of the game belonged to the Bears in an empty trip. Michelle Onaya couldn't get it to go. Here come the Lady Tigers. That's Dushin Prien for the Lady Tigers. Feeds it inside. And great anticipation by Cremili, comes over and takes it away.
Well, it's good help side defense by the Bears, bringing the double team to Freeman, forcing that turnover.
Williams, the interior pass, and it's going to be an early turnover here by the Golden Bears. See the starting five for Cal: Williams, Twidale, Cremili, and Onaya out there along with Suarez, the same starting five that they've had for each of their games this season. Feed inside for Freeman, and Lydia Freeman could be a problem. She is definitely going to be working that interior all night long for the Lady Tigers. Suarez the other way.
Well, for Grambling, we talked about in the open, just their intention on really attacking the paint. It's typically been through dribble penetration, but they're trying to establish Freeman down low on the block early in this one.
And we're going to get an early foul here. I believe they're going to get Cremili. No, check that. It's going to be on Michelle Onya. Onya came over, and the guilty party. And that is one thing Courtney Simmons told us today. She said, hey, we can hit a couple of shots early, maybe get some foul trouble on one of their starters. We feel like maybe we got a chance to shock the world with a win at Cal, and maybe you get a three to bank in along the way. That wouldn't hurt either, as Wormsley able to find the bank open.
Well, they talked about coming in this building and playing with not reckless abandon, but all types of aggression.
Off the leash.
Off the leash type of basketball, and you see them establishing inside and then able to get their first three to fall.
Oh, beautifully executed play there. Cremili finds Suarez coming exactly where she was supposed to be, cutting down the paint for the finish. Prien keeps the dribble alive. Johnson inside for Freeman. She turns and fires. And Lydia Freeman looking fearless right now.
Freeman showing all aspects of her game. Not only the touch inside, but then the nice elbow line jumper, stretching out that Cal defense.
Twidale. And knocked away. The Tigers force a turnover. That's what they do. They like to put on the pressure. They like to get a shot off within the first 7 seconds of the shot clock, and they do just that. Prien has another. An early 5-point advantage here for the Lady Tigers.
The Tenor able to get all the way to the rim in that secondary action. Grambling playing with a lot more energy, not lacking for confidence, and really establishing themselves early.
And they force yet another turnover. That's the third of the game on Cal. And the Grambling State Lady Tigers a perfect 4-4 from the field to build this 5-point lead early.
Take a look at both coaches and see Coach Simmons there giving instructions to her team. Charmin Smith on the other side can't be too pleased with the start here for the Bears. And it's one thing you worry about coming off of such an impressive win as their last one at Gonzaga.
First miss of the game for Grambling. Here come the Bears. Williams gets tied up, and they are going to call a foul. Reach-in foul on Prien, and Williams able to get up, thankfully.
Taylor Williams able to just beat players up the floor in transition, and that's what good guards do. Anytime you see a defender backpedaling, you want to really force the issue. Does a good job of getting herself to the free throw line.
Williams just 5 of 8 at the free throw line on the season. We had a chance to chat with Kayla this morning. Well, I should say this afternoon. They had a late shoot-around today after shoot-around here at Haas Pavilion. Didn't wrap that up until around 3 o'clock, so that's just 4 hours ago. But it was a delight to talk to Kayla. She's really thrilled with the way that this season has started and the confidence that Charmin Smith has shown in her and the freedom that Charmin has given her.
Yeah, she talked about just the trust that she was trying to forge with not only her teammates, but the coaching staff. And they've asked her to be herself, and she's rewarded them with her play so far this season, off to a hot start.
Tigers come up with the offensive rebound. Second chance attempt, no, and the board finally pulled down by the Bears. Tigers are 15th in the nation in offensive rebound percentage. Gramili out of the corner, no. And here come the Tigers yet again. Yeah, we spoke to Courtney Simmons about the rebounding, and she said, yeah, we get a lot of rebounds, but it's because we miss a lot of shots. But still, when you're 15th in the nation in offensive rebound percentage, you're doing something right.
Definitely, if you can get extra possessions and extra attempts at the basket, you're going to give yourself a chance to win. And so far, they're winning the possession game here against their opponent in Cal.
Great job by Natalia Ackerman, coming over to get the basketball for Cal, but the Bears give it right back to the Tigers. Cal has missed 4 straight shot attempts. Got a clunky start here for the Bears. Prien for Wormsley, pulls up from the free throw line, and that's the second bank shot that she's hit in this game.
Well, I've been really impressed with how Grambling has established himself offensively. They've gotten low post touches for buckets. They've run good action. Here a little cross screen, down screen. Wormsley able to get a little separation in daylight and knock in the elbow line jumper. They've showed a lot of different elements to their offensive game so far this evening.
And they're pushing the tempo. And that is what Courtney Simmons wants to do. Kayla Williams sees an opening and exploits it. Another offensive rebound, another miss for the Tigers.
Cal seems a little lethargic here in this open, offensively and defensively.
Taken away by Prien. Gramili trying to get back on defense, can't get there. And the Bears right now just sloppy. That's already 5 turnovers. Gramili inside the three-point line, that won't drop. And right now it has been all Lady Tigers in this game. Prien leaves it short. Gramili able to come down with the basketball.
You can definitely tell that the Bears are out of sorts. Gramili on that possession prior comes off a ball screen wide open and doesn't take the 3. And that's just not in their DNA. They're usually looking to be aggressive from the three-point line.
That miss by Twidale was only their second three-point attempt so far in this game. Williams takes away the basketball ahead to Suarez. Nice, oh, she had the move, but not the finish. Lady Tigers looking to take advantage. The jumper by Tinner, no good. And the pace has been pretty high tempo so far here tonight.
Both teams looking to establish themselves. Grambling done a much better job getting high percentage opportunities in the paint, getting stops. And when they've been able to do that, they've been able to take advantage of early opportunities in transition and then otherwise been able to run good offense.
Courtney Simmons told us her goal in practice is they need to score 15 points in every 5-minute segment of the game. Knocked away by Twidale. Shot clock down to 3. Prien has to take one, can't get it to drop. Williams comes up with the basketball. Here come the Bears. Williams will take it herself, contact, and she'll go back to the free throw line. That's going to take us to a timeout here at House Pavilion. It has been a frenetic pace so far, and Grambling right now with a 13-7 lead.
To turn myself up. I can't hear myself at all.
I mean, you probably just got to experiment.
I don't want to jack it up. Testing. Testing.
There's not a lot of fans here tonight.
Not like that North Idaho game?
Yeah, they had more there. Well, your Week 13 ACC Network football lineup goes like this Saturday. 7-3 team scoring up. UConn against Syracuse, noon Eastern for the kickoff to that one. That Florida State hosting Charleston Southern at 1:30 on ACC Network Extra and ESPN+. The 127th big game between Stanford and Cal kicks off at 3:30 Eastern, and the night will be capped with Virginia Tech at Duke at 8 o'clock Eastern. Each game is also available on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere. Hard to believe it's week 13 of the college football season.
It's flying by.
Out of the timeout, Cal trying to see if they can turn this thing around. Kayla Williams at the free throw line knocks down the first.
Yeah, Cal a little bit lethargic. As you mentioned, don't know if it's the later shoot around that we talked about earlier, but just doesn't feel like there's a lot of energy on that side of the ball. And sometimes you can get yourself going defensively, and it's not offensive really where you have your rhythm, but get into the fight defensively to get yourselves going.
Well, 8 of Grambling's points have come off 5 Cal turnovers, so taking care of the basketball would be a good place to start to clean this thing up. In the meantime, Wormsley driving to the paint, draws a foul. That's going to be on Lulu Twidale, her second team foul. And Lola Donez will check in for the first time tonight for the Bears. Lola still looking for her first points as a Cal Bear freshman. Well, I should say her first made field goal as a Cal Bear.
Yeah, the freshman still trying to find her way, understanding what's expected of her from her coaching staff and her teammates, and really important opportunity here coming in for Kayla Williams, playing that point guard position, trying to get your team out of a rut and get themselves into this ball game.
Wormsley misses both, but an offensive rebound for Grambling State. And the block by Michelle Onya. Here come the Bears. California nearly turns it over, and now they do make it 6 turnovers in the game. The kick out. Hartsfield for 3, just a little bit too strong. And Onya able to secure a rebound. May have taken a finger to the face, and coming up limping is Halima Salat. And she's going over to the bench, kind of maybe looking for some help, as she is in obvious pain going up and down the court here. And now there finally is a stoppage, and she'll be able to come out of the game.
It's always tough when you got the stoppage of play for an injury, and Grambling has generally been first to the ball. One of the few opportunities where Cal's been able to find space. Cormelia there able to attack the basket, but Grambling has more energy, more enthusiasm, offensively and defensively, playing to their style a little bit better.
And the Bears struggling to not only make threes, to even get threes. They've only taken 3 of them so far in this game. Sharonica Hartsfield. And then Bryant turns around. I mean, this has been just a clinic right now offensively.
Well, for Cal, again, talked about it, no ball pressure. And as they're able to knock in a 3, Twidale on that left side. But Cal hasn't been able to pressure the ball. Grambling's been extremely comfortable. They can do whatever they want. Every pass is uncontested, and there's a lot of space to play in. And so they're finding success on the offensive side of the ball.
Lydia Freeman shuffled the feet and traveled before she put the ball up, so the Bears will get the basketball back. Cal a chance to tie this game or go in front for the first time. They have trailed from the onset. Twidale. Suarez sees a wide open look and drills it, and the Bears in front for the first time tonight.
Well, really, Dave, one of the first possessions that you see them play with a lot more pace, a lot more tempo. Having Grambling play a step behind creates that separation. Suarez able to knock in a big-time shot.
Hartsfield. Bryant will take a three. That's no good. Shooting threes is not the forte of the Lady Tigers. Twidale draws contact, and she'll get a trip to go to the free throw line.
We talked about just the increase in tempo. Great look, extra pass by Twidale to the top. Finds Suarez able to knock in a three, but that's just the result of them picking up their energy, playing with a lot more intention, able to make Grambling respond to what they're doing.
Yeah, I know all the attention Cormelia and Twidale get shooting threes, and deservedly so. Marta Suarez can light it up from out there as well. Bears have so many weapons that can hurt you from outside the arc. Lulu Twidale, the Aussie at the free throw line. You know, we knew she was Australian, but when we chatted with her today, the accent really kind of threw me for a second.
If you didn't know, now you know.
An 8-0 run by the Bears. Great action by Dinez to force the turnover. Twidale has an opening and then gets knocked to the ground. And Lulu appears to be okay. Fell a little bit awkwardly. Great act.
Got a smile on her face, but it really started with Lulu Twidale picking up the energy, going aggressive to the rack in transition, going aggressive. A lot of contact there across the body. That's the way you do it if you're Cal, when you have slow spells, trying to get yourself going, get to the free throw line. Great way to establish rhythm.
And they're going to call a technical foul here on Zaria Johnson. So, got an explanation there from Nicole Leon, one of the three officials here, and said that there was the personal foul. The technical foul came after the play was over. So, a total of 4 free throws going to be shot here by the Cal Bears. So this is really, they were trailing 15-10, and now all of a sudden they've got a chance to really build a little cushion here.
Well, huge opportunity, as we've mentioned, getting to the free throw line, able to get themselves back in this game. But when you start playing with more energy and effort, you see the frustration on Grambling's side. Cal turning up their intensity, giving themselves an opportunity to get in this ballgame.
So Twidale able to get 3 of 4, pushes the lead to 6. You saw Zaria Johnson there on the bench. And you don't want to add insult to injury. You get called for the personal, and you know, I mean, it was a good play to try and come over and make a defensive play, but you make the damage worse by taking that technical. Great little fake there by Kayla Williams, unable to knock down the shot though, and here come the Tigers.
Good job by Cal getting back in transition defense, taking away the early attempt at the rim.
Yeah, doing a better job defending here as well, and especially getting the defensive rebounds. Bears could get a 2-for-1 potentially if they hurry, but they didn't go quick enough. Onya, fight for the basketball, comes up with it, and then Michelle Onya gets fouled. So she'll have a chance to go to the free throw line. And that foul is going to be on Dushin Prien. That is her first.
Well, Onya, known for her physicality and activity, does a good job there of maintaining a strong hold on the basketball. Players are flying around, but able to gather herself and make a strong attempt at the rim through the contact.
Cal right now already on a 14-2 run over the last 3+ minutes.
If you're Coach Simmons for Grambling, you'd love the way that you started this game, but just a couple of untimely fouls, a technical foul. You put Cal on the free throw line, and they've taken the lead here to close this first quarter.
Oh, they came up with the rebound off the missed free throw, but then the reach-in foul as Jaden Noble reaches in. Grambling has gone 2.5 minutes without a point.
We wondered where their scoring would come from. They rely so heavily on opportunities at the rim. They're rebounding, second chance points, getting it off the glass. Don't have Freeman in the game right now, so they'll go to some of their sets to try to create some looks.
And Theo, they could have held for the final shot of the quarter. They showed no interest in that. Wormsley just goes ahead and takes the shot and makes it. Beat the clock for Kayla Williams, and she's able to do just that. The floater connects as time expires to end the quarter. Charmin Smith is looking at Ashley Glosson saying, hey, did she get fouled as well? They don't call a foul, but they do get
on the floor.
Hartsfield will control the basketball for the Tigers. Tinner. And Tinner pestered by Suarez. The foul came well before she got into a shooting motion, so it'll be no shot attempt, and shouldn't be free throws either if she wasn't shooting. She's trying to go to the free throw line there, but that's a side out.
Well, we knew Zayla Tinner wasn't going to be afraid coming into this ball game. She started her career at USC, and in her freshman season had her best game against Cal.
Baseline out of bounds, and one and done off that set up by the Tigers. Onya with the rebound, and here come the Bears the other way, a little bit too strong on the three-point try by Jada Noble. But then the Bears come up with yet another takeaway. Noble feeds Suarez, waits for the defender to go by, a little bit too strong. Noble an offensive rebound. For Mealy, for a second, I thought she was going to jack it from way downtown. No. And now it's going to be Tigers basketball.
Well, a little bit helter-skelter, but I think Cal will take that with the increase in their energy. Got some pretty good looks from the three-point line, pushing in transition. I thought Suarez had an opportunity to go from good to great. Had one of the nation's best three-point shooters standing wide open next to her in Cormealy.
Well, if this was a fight, we would have said that Grambling State landed the first punch for sure, but it may have woken up the Bears.
May have woken them up, no doubt about it. And Cal picking up their intensity defensively into the basketball, applying much more pressure, trying to make Grambling uncomfortable.
Hartsfield picks up the dribble. Baseline drive and a bucket for Grambling, and that's going to be Ariana Mosley with the points, and now the Tigers take it away. Sharonica Hartsfield finds an extra gear, but unable to get past the defense. And out of bounds off the Bears.
When we talked to Coach Simmons at shoot-around today, she talked about just the importance of staying committed to their style. And in this game so far, I've been so impressed with their ability to stay relentless, attacking the paint, and a number of shots that they put in through contact and just seem unfazed by the bodies that are around them when they get into the paint.
Well, she made the analogy today. She said, you know, if somebody walks into your area with a wild dog on a leash, you're probably not going to go run for cover, but if that dog is off the leash, you're getting the heck out of there. And she said right now, they're a team that's off the leash. They have nothing to lose in this game. They're not expected to win. But if they come in and play well and get a W, that'd be so huge for their season.
Well, Cal seems to have adjusted to their style just a little bit. That was the third time that Grambling's tried to go back to that elevator action. Good adjustment by the Bears to stay attached to bodies and not allow for any separation.
Twidale. One and done for the Bears. Mosley will bring it up. Mosley, wild shot, can't get it to drop. And here come the Bears off in transition yet again. Williams will stop at the three-point line. She can't connect. Neither team exactly lighting it up here. 36% for Grambling, 39% for the Bears.
I think it's exactly the style of game Grambling wants to play. As more bodies hit the floor.
Bodies going everywhere. And finally a whistle, and they'll call a jump ball. They called that jump ball. I'm not really sure either team actually had a hand on the basketball.
No, it didn't quite look like anyone took control of the basketball there in the scrum. But Cal fortunate to come away with the possession.
Zara King on for the first time tonight. Played only 1 minute at Gonzaga. Gabrielle Abigor also on the floor. Wow, Marta Suarez, you don't see that very often. Misses from point-blank range, not once, but twice.
A couple of bunnies she wishes she had back. I wonder if she was concerned with the Grambling player that was on the floor beneath her. I was always taught, score the bucket, check the opponent.
They're going to call a media timeout here with 7:25 left here in the second quarter. 24-19, the Bears, a 5-point advantage here in Berkeley. Well, the officials called the media timeout because they wanted to take a look at what happened in the post there, and Marta Suarez does get called upon further review for the intentional foul. It was unobserved by the officials at the time, but she clearly, with the off arm, got Zaria Johnson. So it's going to be a free throw upcoming, and Zaria Johnson will go shoot the free throw. Nicole Leon told me any player could shoot for Grambling, but they're going to let Zaria take the free throw.
And this is the right call with Suarez trying to establish position as she worked her way across the floor. You want to make sure you're posting up with your lower body first and foremost, and when you come through and there's contact above the shoulders, officials are right to take a look.
And then the basketball will also go to Grambling. So chance maybe for the Lady Tigers to climb back in this. Been a couple of swings in this one, although Cal's done a good job of slowing down Grambling. Grambling's scoring pace has really gone downhill after they got off to that quick 15 points with about 4 minutes left in the opening quarter.
Well, I think if you're Grambling, you're extremely comfortable being on the road, only down 4 here at the early stages of the second quarter. Played pretty well to this point, and Cal seemingly is responding to everything that they've brought to the table, so you want to make sure to keep that going.
Twidale back for King after another Bears takeaway, and now giving it right back to Grambling. Tinner, little Euro step on the baseline, no. And the offensive rebound is corralled by Tinner, and she's promptly fouled by Abigor. Her first third on the team already here in this second quarter. So Grambling State knocking on the door, getting into the bonus already.
Well, that's one of the benefits of being the more aggressive team. Cal responding, reaching in late, but Grambling's ability to put the ball on the floor and threaten that paint has really caused Cal to have problems.
Hartsfield can't get it to go. Shooting percentage is continuing to plummet here for Grambling State, now at 34%. Great interior pass, but perhaps an even better job by Wormsley to anticipate it and force the tie-up, and the possession arrow is favoring the Tigers.
Well, just a heck of a play by Wormsley, rotating back on the weak side, cracking down, able to intercept that pass, making the necessary rotation. And we talked about it earlier. Yes, she's their leading scorer, but she also does the little things for Grambling that helps contribute to winning.
Courtney Simmons telling us about Kaya Wormsley at shoot-around today. She said that when she was an assistant at Troy, she saw Wormsley play while she was playing for Tulane. Had a tremendous game, didn't play well the rest of the season, but made such an impression on Courtney Simmons that when Courtney got the Grambling State job and she saw that Kaya was in the transfer portal, that was the first call she made.
First call she made and the first commit that she got. Also mentioned that a number of recruits immediately followed, understanding how impactful that was to see Wormsley come and join her at Grambling.
Bears get the stop. Oh, the Tigers come up with yet another turnover. That's the 11th turnover by the Bears in this first half. Phillip into the corner. Tinner works her way in, can't get it to go, and the basketball last touched by the Bears.
One of the things, Dave, that I think makes this Grambling team such a good rebounding team, they have a unique ability for whoever the person is shooting the basketball, their second jump, second effort has been really impressive. It's very difficult to guard dribble drive penetration and then turn into a box out and keep your man off the glass.
Wormsley unable to get it to go, but a whistle, and it's going to go against Grambling as Twidale gets knocked onto the deck. That foul is going to be on Sharana Hartsfield. First foul of the quarter on Grambling.
Hartsfield, one of the smallest players on the court right now, but plays much bigger than her size, attacking the glass, flying in from that weak side.
Hartsfield listed at 5'5". Feed inside for Abigor, and that's a nice job by Cremili to put it exactly where she needed to.
Well, you would expect the veteran Cremili to make the adjustment. On the last possession, Abigor had 2 feet in the paint, requesting the ball. They didn't find her, ended up turning it over. Next possession down, Cremili makes sure she got it.
And now the Tigers throw it away. So the turnovers, the margin's starting to close just a little bit. Grambling now has turned it over 8 times, and we'll get a quick timeout being taken here to talk things over. And we'll take a brief break here in Berkeley. The Bears with a 6-point advantage. Well, I'm sure Charmin Smith is not going to agree with this right away, but maybe getting tested wouldn't be the worst thing for her team if they can survive, Theo, because right now it's been all just rainbows and sunshine for her team in their 4-0 start.
Well, we knew adversity was inevitable. You don't know when it's going to present itself. So far in this game here tonight, Grambling has really brought it to the Bears, and they haven't really been able to find a consistent rhythm, much like they've been accustomed to in the early part of the season.
Abelgore able to clean it up. That's the first second chance points for either team tonight. Grambling, meantime, they've gone 2.5 minutes without scoring points of any kind.
This is an interesting lineup for Cal. You got the freshmen out there in King, Abelgore, along with a couple of veterans.
Vermeely takes the basketball away. King able to get around Hartsfield and lay it up and in.
Really nice move by the freshman, showing the shot fake, attacking a closeout. And this feels like the type of game that she would have a lot of success in, utilizing her speed and athleticism. Hopefully she can do that on both sides of the ball to make an impact for Cal.
First points for her tonight. Out of the corner. The rebound finally brought down by Jada Noble, although Grambling didn't give it up easy. Vermeely tried to get a step on Hartsfield. Stays with it, knocks it down.
Vermeely pushing in the break, didn't see anyone back, turns it up a gear, another notch, able to get all the way to the rim. You start to wonder if this style of play by Grambling, the fatigue, the depth that Cal can throw at you, starts to take its toll.
And we'll get an offensive foul as Twidale was sitting there waiting.
See there, the freshman, Zara King, nice shot fake, able to attack the closeout, attacking the rim with composure, and then again on the break, Vermeely showing the patience. Nice turnaround, good footwork, gets 2 to go.
Yeah, you used the word composure and patience. Well, I guess those are 2 words. And they both applied. That's what Cal has been showing in turning this thing around.
And that's what they're going to need moving forward. What Grambling wants to do is speed you up, junk up the game, create havoc and chaos. That's where they thrive. Cal's just got to settle in and execute the things they want to get to.
Vermeely, no. Rebound being battled for. And the ball will stay here. Ackerman, who's been so good in the few minutes that she's been on the floor. Part of another play right there.
And Cal Poly transfer does such a good job just putting herself in the right place at the right time for timely rebounds or opportunistic putbacks at the rim.
Lulu Twidale. It's like she kind of hurried that shot. She told us today she likes to catch and shoot. That's how she wants to get her offense. The whistle and a foul here. This one is going to be on Ackerman. Her first 4th team foul. So Grambling is going to shoot free throws the rest of the way.
Big time opportunity to cut into this deficit that's gone to double digits for Cal. But with Grambling in the bonus for the next 3+ minutes, that's a way that they can work themselves back into this game and see if they can't cut this lead before going into the halftime.
Although the season free throw percentage not tremendous, just a tick under 60% coming into tonight's game.
Well, whether it's a free throw or a field goal attempt, you still got to be concerned with their ability to go get the ball off the glass. And so for Cal, the importance of box outs and making sure that you come up with stops is important on every possession.
So Prien 2 for 2 at the free throw line. She'll check out. Jada Noble checks out for the Bears as Marta Suarez comes back on.
First time we see a little bit of full court pressure for Grambling.
Both teams have gone 10 deep in this game. King absorbs some contact, and they'll get the foul there on Wormsley.
Good job by Zara King, not waiting on the basketball, attacking the ball in the air, able to catch Wormsley out of position and draw the foul.
Second foul of the game on Wormsley, second of the quarter on Grambling. So they still have 2 to give. Great execution on the baseline out of bounds play as they get Ackerman cut into the basket for the land.
And there she is again, right place, right time. She just knows where to be, has a knack for the basketball around the rim.
Wormsley, no, and she makes yet another play, Theo. Suarez having to go the distance, and she just got it across midcourt, and then a blocking foul. That shot's not going to count, as Suarez threw it up from about 38 feet, able to get it to go, but the foul well before.
So much versatility with this Cal roster, especially in their front court. You see Ackerman there displaying positive minutes and making an impact in this game, and then obviously Suarez on the floor right now displaying her ball handling ability. Knocks in an extremely deep three, albeit after the whistle, but that's where this Cal really has an advantage, is their versatility up and down the roster.
And Gisela Maul into the game for the first time tonight for the Cal Bears. So make it 11 players that have seen action tonight for Charmin Smith. Ackerman off the feet from Suarez, able to get it to go.
Great high-low action, not a lot of ball pressure on Suarez, able to thread the needle. And again, Ackerman finding a lot of success down in that paint.
Grambling, meantime, they've missed their last 9 shots as the shooting percentage has plummeted below 30. Tinner will take it over Twidale, and it finally ends the drought.
Another tough shot by Zayla Tinner.
And a lot of contact, and they'll get Tinner on the foul as she came in to take the ball away from Twidale, but a little bit too physical in the process.
Well, here Cal doing a good job getting 2 on the basketball. The reversal to Suarez up top, and then nobody there down low to take away Ackerman. Just good team basketball. Again, the patience to make Grambling respond to their actions offensively.
And a technical foul has been called on the bench here as well. Ashley Gloss coming over to give us the full explanation. So Twidale to the free throw line. So that's 2 technical fouls in this game against Grambling State. One against the bench and the other against Zaria Johnson.
Grambling needing to keep their composure as this game starting to get away from a little bit, down 13 with just under 2 minutes to go in this second quarter. Just not what you want to see, especially when you have Cal struggling for the most part from the field, having to work extremely hard to find success. You give a player like Twidale, Cal's leading scorer, an opportunity to get some free throws, get herself feeling good in this basketball game. This can open up pretty quick.
So now Cremili to the free throw line for the technical free throws. Twidale shot the free throws for the bonus. And Cremili is shooting the technicals, as that personal that preceded the technical foul call was the 5th of the game by Grambling. Or excuse me, the 5th of the quarter. So Twidale gets the 2, Grambling gets the 2 free throws, gives up the 2 technical free throws, and now you get the basketball.
Well, just a tough turn of events for Grambling, but I actually really like what both coaches are doing, not understanding what was exactly said on the Grambling sideline, but anybody that talks with Coach Simmons can understand her passion and just imploring her team to continue to fight. And then conversely, on Cal's sideline, the composure of Charmin Smith and allowing her team to kind of get themselves back into this game. Talk about a program wanting to take the next step. A lot of that's got to be player-led, and this Cal team has done a really good job of solidifying themselves here late in the second quarter.
Well, so far only 7 points in the quarter for Grambling State, make it 9. Cremili being pestered by Prien as we're closing on the final minute here of the half. And Twidale's going to get called for the offensive foul. And I think Prien did a nice job of selling it, but I'm not going to say that Twidale didn't commit the foul. I think both things were true.
Both things can be true. A lot of smiles going on both ways, and I don't know that Twidale either 1 extends the arm or 2 got 2 full steps, but good job of positioning by Grambling, able to draw the offensive foul.
Even at 5'7", I'm not thinking Prien goes down quite that easily, but she did her job. She got the foul call, and they get a bucket on the other end out of Claire Simmons. Vermeely behind the back. What a move by her. Abigor now. Abigor must have had it knocked away, or it would have been a travel. And Suarez drills a three to end the exchange. And the Bears get a 2-for-1 out of it. They'll get one more possession. They get a stop here, but a whistle and a foul call is going to be called all the way from out on the wing by Nicole Leon.
Somewhat of a scattered possession. Abigor able to find a wide open Suarez again at the top of the key, knocking in her second three-pointer of the game, displaying a nice touch from beyond the arc.
And you could see Nicole Leon in the replay. She was shuffling her hands to say that, yeah, the ball got touched. She didn't like lose it and then go get it, or that would have been a travel. And now you got Simmons at the free throw line with under 30 seconds to go.
These have been some big minutes for Gabrielle Abigor. Really made a nice impact. Converted all of her field goal attempts, and then again the nice assist on that last possession.
And the Bears are going to need their bench to be able to start to come to the party as they get into this tougher part of the schedule, because it really heats up following this one tonight. You've got Auburn coming in here on Friday, then you've got a tournament down in Palm Springs, which features a game against Michigan State to get it started, and then possibly Arizona or Vanderbilt in the second game of the tournament.
Yeah, one of the things that Coach Charmin Smith has definitely had at top of mind, and already 11 players have seen action in this game here today, so wanted to get a lot of members on our roster experience and opportunities in different situations.
Vermeely will take the three, can't get it to go. Grambling one last chance here to close out the half. Tinner, 2 seconds. Tinner baseline drive and will not get it to go. And that's how the quarter will close out. Well, it's been sloppy, it's been disjointed, but if you're a Bears fan, you got to be happy because you're
definitely a big shout out and congratulations to Gino Auriemma.
You broke the tie with Tara Vanderveer tonight with a win over Fairleigh Dickinson, and he is sitting all alone on the all-time wins chart. So congratulations to him. And we are underway here in this second half here in Berkeley, California.
Now Grambling didn't take a shot, just getting back up to the floor here for this second half. That usually means their adjustments are all effort, attitude, and intensity. As Tinner comes out, gets right to it with an easy 2.
And then they immediately try to put a little bit of pressure on the Bears. If you're Grambling State, you just try to chip away. You played well enough in that first half to believe you got a chance to come back in this thing. Vermeely has her first 3 of the game, goes to the deck, no whistle. That's the problem, though. Can you continue to hold the Bears down shooting the 3? Because if they start hitting at the regular clip, this thing is going to be awfully tough to close the gap on.
They have so many weapons, and Vermeely, even in that first half, was a little bit hesitant to pull the 3-point shot, but showing no reservation on our last possession.
And Tinner able to get another quick one for the Lady Tigers. Vermeely runs into a wall. Wormsley, and the mid-range jumper for Wormsley is good. So a 3 of 3 shooting start for Grambling to start this second half.
Well, Wormsley's been really impressive. The majority of the players for Grambling really trying to get to the basket, put the ball on the floor. Wormsley's different in that she's been doing most of her work off pin downs, in the mid-range. Nice pull-up on the last possession.
Onya wanted the basketball, falls to the floor. Appears to be okay. Last touched by Grambling.
And Michelle Onya just, got herself sped up a little bit, didn't have her feet underneath her. Maybe a little bit of a wet spot on the floor.
Still 17 on the shot clock, so plenty of time here for the Bears. Corner 3 for Twidale. That's her spot. That's where she told us she likes to shoot it from the best. Catch and shoot 3 out of the left corner. Oh, no look pass by Prien for the dime, and the finish by Johnson.
A really good job occupying the eyes of the defense by Prien. Nice assist.
And now they're going to get Onya on the offensive foul as she runs into Freeman.
I think Freeman just pulled the chair there, but going back the other way with Grambling, Prien just probing down on that baseline, and then in transition, nobody identifies Johnson. Just a nice diamond finish by Grambling.
So Grambling State comes out of the locker room with a little 8-3 run, and now the basketball, a chance to get it into single digits.
Well, you didn't feel like the adjustments that Grambling was going to make was going to be anything technical. It was going to be whether they could maintain their energy, their aggressiveness, and they've been the ones that have brought the fight to the Bears in the second half.
And Prien going all the way to the bucket, gets fouled on the way there. Kayla Williams gets called for the personal. It's her first of the game. Look, how about that? Courtney Simmons with the chest bump against Lydia Freeman.
Trying to fire her group up.
Out of the stoppage, Tinner unable to get it to go. Cremili. Wide open is Suarez, and she'll drill the triple. You could have driven a truck between her and the nearest defender.
And that's the third time all three of her three-point makes have been her trailing at the top of the key. This Cal team knows if they get in trouble down the baseline, they can find her up top.
Twidale in transition, and that's just going to be out of bounds off of Grambling State. Prien, she slipped before she turned the basketball over, and she comes up a little bit gimpy. She will check out and get looked at over there on the Grambling State bench. There's a look at Twidale going down.
Twidale's had a number of those tough balls at the rim, hasn't she? Taking the ball to the basket with a lot of intensity. Typically known as a shooter, but really displaying different elements of her game today.
There she is again, left corner pocket. That time she buries it.
She says that's her favorite spot. I doubt you can let her get two in a row. She's gonna make you pay.
Bears are 2 of 3 from downtown in this third quarter. Wormsley, no. The rebound pulled down by Ackerman. Cremili able to split through the defenders, finds Twidale on the right side, and she likes the left, but she can hit from the right as well.
Well, there's a big-time difference in terms of the types of threes that Cal's been able to generate here in this second half. They've touched the paint before kicking out, spraying the basketball out to open shooters along the three-point line. Really good adjustment by the Bears.
They've hit as many threes in the first 3 minutes of this third quarter than they did the entire first half. A 9-0 run, and Grambling State wants to talk things over as the Bears have pushed their advantage to 19 here in Berkeley. back at Berkeley, 55-36. The Golden Bears a 9-0 spurt. And the fans finally having something to cheer about here in this second half as they've been playing more their style of basketball.
Yeah, Cal getting back to their identity, utilizing the three-point line. I think the difference in that last run for the Bears was they were able to get the ball inside and kick it out, and it shows the versatility of the shooters in this Cal team. It started with the Cremili three, get a Suarez one, and then back-to-back triples by Twidale.
I'll tell you what, though, this Grambling State team, they're not going to give up. Out of the timeout, you get an and one. And Wormsley just continuing to show why we highlighted her at the top of the broadcast.
Well, up and down the roster for Grambling, they've shown the ability to be a tough shot makers. When they get in that paint, very rarely are they affected by any contact.
And the free throw will rattle in. Lulu Twidale back on the floor here for the Bears. Grambling going to the pressure defense here. Twidale unable to handle it, turns it over, but no, they say last touched actually by Grambling, so it will stay with the Bears.
Well, you see the trust that this staff has in the freshman Twidale, handling the ball against pressure. But it's great to have Kayla Williams back on the floor to be able to alleviate some of the pressure by Grambling as well.
Cremili had Ackerman, and it's a whistle and going to stay here with the Bears.
Well, I thought Cremili should have been a little bit more aggressive looking to score there. It appeared she had a layup, but playing unselfishly as they have coming out of halftime, looking to make the pass instead.
Cremili, and Cremili knocks it down on the baseline out of bounds play.
Well, the ball just has so much better energy for this Cal team. Again, he talks about Cremili turning down a layup, but feeling good, able to knock in a three. I just feels like everyone's in much better rhythm to start this second half.
Twidale nearly came up with a steal. Shot clock down to 6. Scoop shot goes in off the bank for Mosley. And then the Bears able to bust the pressure defense. Twidale corner three, and welcome officially to the Cal Bears program as she has her first made bucket from the field.
Well, heck of a sequence for the freshman Twidale. First she plays tremendous defense on the other side and then runs in transition, finds herself in that left corner. Kayla Williams does an excellent job driving the paint and finding the open shooter. Love to see it for the freshman.
And the bench went crazy for her during the replays. She went over and they were all giving her high fives. They know she had been 0 for 6 shooting the three ball to start the season, so that first one has to feel good. Cremili rattles out, rebound pulled down by Tinner. And then Cremili gets back into the play from behind, but she'll get called for the reach-in foul here.
And Cremili doing a really good job trying to pester the ball handler up the court. Gets caught reaching from behind. Cal at this point in this third quarter has done a good job when Grambling has put the ball on the floor of showing their hands. Right there, Cremili a little bit impatient, wanting to make a play for her team, but just a little too aggressive.
So Courtney Simmons will shuffle the roster a little bit here as Tinner will get a break. Going to the bench, walking a little gingerly there. Prien comes back on for the Lady Tigers. On the baseline, well defended by Kayla Williams. Ackerman came out of there with it. Williams calls her own number, no. And the Lady Tigers with the rebound. Prien goes the distance. Second chance opportunity here from just beyond the free throw line. That won't go. Boy, Grambling State, they're getting a lot of rebounds, but they're not cashing many in. Cremili on the other end for the three, buries the triple.
Well, that's just a backbreaker. Grambling did an excellent job of creating their extra possessions offensively and then just gives up a 3 in transition. That's where this Cal team is so dangerous with their multitude of three-point shooters.
Grambling has 8 offensive rebounds and no second chance points, and now suddenly it is raining threes here in Berkeley as Suarez knocks down a triple, and the Bears, after only hitting 3 triples in the first half, they were 3 of 14. They're now 11 of 23 in the game, so 8 of 9 in this second half. That is unbelievable. 8 of 9, and they're rolling right now.
Quick math. This guy's great.
Where's Derek on that one? Derek, come on, man.
Hey, it's a good pull.
Yeah, they were 3 of 14, and now they're 11 of 23. That's the only miss was the corner 3 from Twidale. I do. Oh, great.
Fans, the 127th big game from Cal State is sold out. Fans who have purchased tickets are encouraged to download their tickets ahead of time for rivalry equally broadcast on the ACC network.
I think my final score is more in play right now than yours, Theo.
You might be right.
Because they can only score 16 more points for yours to come in.
I've seen it happen.
No, so have I.
I hope it doesn't.
Well, fans, week 13 of the ACC football season gets underway this weekend at noon Eastern. The 7-3 teams, Syracuse and UConn, hook up to kick things off. Then Florida State against Charleston Southern at 1:30 on ACC Network and ESPN+. And the 127th big game between Stanford and Cal, that's at 3:30 Eastern, and the night caps off with Virginia Tech at Duke at 8 Eastern. Of course, each and every game is also available on the ESPN app, so you can watch anywhere you are. Dave Ben, Theo Robertson, our ACC Network crew with you here in Berkeley on this Wednesday night. Grambling came out of the gates awfully strong, but it's been the Bears that have come out of the gates here out of the locker room at halftime. And Cal, I mean, that's unbelievable. 8 of 9 from downtown in this second half after they were 3 of 14 in the first half.
Tale of 2 halves for Cal offensively. 8 three-pointers made in this second half. All 8 were assisted. So the focus on sharing the basketball, finding open teammates has really paid off for the Golden Bears.
Contested shot as Sandifer goes up, and foul will go on Marta Suarez. That's third personal. The Bears are over the limit, so free throws here.
Marta Suarez looking a little confused, having a conversation with the ref, feeling as though she showed her hands. And that is one thing thinking about this Cal team as they move forward in their season, talk about their depth. And you get a team that puts a lot of pressure on the rim as Grambling has tonight. Where Charmin Smith goes, when she looks into her roster, we know how good these starters are, the three-point shooting, but they got to find some depth throughout the roster that can contribute meaningful minutes.
Well, you know, Donis has played her way solidly into the rotation, and she's going to get a lot of minutes. Ackerman has played well tonight off the bench. You know, Noble's giving you 7 minutes. Now King checks back in 5 minutes, but it's mostly been the starters that have done it, not only tonight, but all season long for Cal. Maul, her season debut tonight, and gets her first dime of the night as she sets up Abigor.
Showing some flashes of what she can do, pushing in transition, and a nice no-look with the left, and then comes up with the steal defensively.
And then possibly gave her right back, but sticks with the play. And it is going to be Grambling basketball.
Well, I think Maul is someone that this Cal staff is very excited about. Again, talk about the depth of this team. Someone that can hopefully contribute in a lot of different areas as a passer, a ball handler, has positional size, and so defensively, you can do a lot of different things. Good to see her making her debut today.
The 27 games played last year for Charmin Smith. That one off the underside of the rim, but a blocking foul gets called. And Charmin can't believe it. I think she's just upset because the whistle was so late, and now Charmin, did she just get teed up? I heard an extra whistle. I don't think there was a tee, but there was definitely an extra whistle.
Taking a look at the defensive positioning of Abigor there, under the cylinder. It's not about the restricted circle on the floor. Abigor was under the cylinder, might have even been moving over as Prien got into her shot at the rim.
Yeah, that's the difference between the men's and women's game. In the men's game, of course, you've got the restricted area. In the women's game, it's under the cylinder, so you can basically just ignore that line. For all intents and purposes, it doesn't exist in the women's game.
And it's good to see the freshman attempting to take away that drive, but you want to be in help early, present yourself big and wide, and just a touch bit late on that drive.
Grambling going to the pressure off the made free throws, and it pays dividends as they come up with the basketball again. So Gisela Maul is going to turn it over for the second time in under a minute. By the way, I don't know if you caught it, but Courtney Simmons, we were watching their shoot around today. She hit a corner three.
I missed that one. Coach Simmons showing she still has it.
Yeah, she played pretty high level college basketball herself. A couple NCAA appearances for her as a player. And the second chance bucket, that's the first second chance scoring of the game for Grambling.
No one getting a body on Freeman, right place, right time, able to put back that opportunity.
King, Freeman with the reach-in foul as King goes to the floor, but able to get right back up.
Freeman making sure there's going to be no easy ones for the freshman, Zara King, making her earn it from the free throw line. You like to see defenders go vertical, especially with Freeman's size. It'd be a tough finish for King to finish over the top.
King has struggled at the line early in her Cal Bear career, just 7 of 13. I mean, she's gotten there a bunch considering, you know, she's not playing a ton of minutes. 13 attempts in the first 4 games, her first tonight. But you'd like to see her hit them with a little more consistency.
Well, I can only imagine just what that adjustment is like as a freshman. Trying to find your footing, trying to earn the trust of your teammates. There's so many adjustments to make defensively, offensively, the terminology, your head is spinning. And so oftentimes when you think about the place where you can find the most comfort and get a rhythm would be the free throw line, but it takes a little bit of time to settle in.
76th rated recruit out of high school, according to ESPN's recruiting rankings. Freeman inside, no. And here come the Bears. King has Prien to beat, can't get it to go. Onya got fouled as she came up with the basketball. And that foul is going to be on Bryant.
Really looks like the physicality of this game is taking its toll on Grambling. Slow to get off the floor with Bryant there.
After this one, Grambling will head to play Arizona. And Grambling doesn't play a home game until January 9th.
That's incredible.
Maul out of the corner. That one won't fall. Donez was back, and King takes the basketball away. And then nearly throws it away. Does throw it away as Maul couldn't collect it. Prien, contact with King, and that foul is going to be a blocking foul on Zara King.
These guards for Grambling, especially Prien, do such a good job getting their shoulder into the defender, initiating that contact, not extending an arm, but creating the contact, putting pressure on officials, working themselves to the free throw line. And we talked about it all night, their ability to be tough shot makers, but they do a really good job of initiating that contact and drawing fouls.
So the free throw attempts number 14 and 15 of the game for Grambling. Prien unable to get that one to go. They're just 8 of 14 at the line.
Coach Simmons talked about just the challenge it would be to keep her group committed to this style of play, and she mentioned that they're close. And if you take a look at just this game today, it's the free throw shooting, it's some turnovers. Their compete level is extremely high. They play well with one another. They have players that can score and get to the basket. So when they're able to connect the game, they're going to be really tough to deal with.
Well, and listen, when they get it going, they can really get it going. They beat Centenary earlier this season. I'm not misquoting this. 131 to 30 was the final. They had a 91-9 start to that game as they come away with the basketball here. But that wasn't even the biggest win that they've had. Last year in Courtney Simmons' first season, is Freeman able to knock it down. Last year in Courtney Simmons' first season, they won a game by over 140. And Courtney Simmons told us that she really got raked through the coals by a lot of people. She had to shut down her email after that because people were saying, why are you running up the score? But she said, you know, when she got hired by the AD at Grambling, he said, I want to hire somebody who's extraordinary. And she said, well, then you need to know that I'm going to do extraordinary things. And that might, you know, come with a little bit of controversy as well.
Well, she's definitely a coach that instills confidence, carries herself with confidence, and that rubs off on her players. You see Freeman able to convert on the nice turnaround there. And when Freeman's been guarded one-on-one tonight, she's been really effective. Soft touch on either side of the block, shown the elbow jumper. She's a load down there to deal with, and when Cal does not bring the double, she's made them pay.
Courtney Simmons did tell us, she said the one thing last year in getting to the women's NIT and winning a game, they never lost more than 2 in a row. And she said that this season, she feels like the way the schedule is set up for them, it could be a pretty long losing skid before they get back home. And she wants to see how her team is going to weather that storm before they go into the conference. Zara King takes the basketball away. And then Prien battling with Noble for it. Noble not giving up on the play. And it will be Grambling basketball.
Jalen Noble just brings a level of toughness to this Cal team, a transfer from Washington. Plays multiple positions, but really effective, strong rebounder, primarily playing the guard wing spot, but you just see her energy right there, clapping it up to her teammates, trying to make sure that these Golden Bears don't let their foot off the gas.
Grambling still with a shadow of a chance to get back into this game right now. They've got it down to 20.
Think about one of the threats that they have, shooting the 3 ball. Salat handling the basketball right now. They just haven't been able to come by many 3-point attempts tonight.
Alyssa Phillip, no, and it'll be a shot clock violation against Grambling. So if you're the Bears here, you're in prime position to get a 2-for-1 to close out the quarter. First, you got to get it across the timeline, though, and Grambling trying to thwart that. But the Bears do break the press.
With Charmin Smith, I'm not sure you'll take the 2-for-1. You'll take no turnovers and just get one shot up.
A drive and a finish, though, for Zara King. There was a slight difference, but it is negated by the time they get the ball inbound. So the final shot, if Grambling wants it, they'll just go ahead and jack it. And that won't fall. Only the 6th three-point try of the game for Grambling. They've hit on 1. Wide open look for a 3, and Josuni can't get it to go. Instead, she'll take it inside, loses the basketball. And that shot is not going to get away in time. That's how the third quarter will end. So the Bears, they had it rolling to start the quarter, but Grambling closes the quarter all right. And this thing is not over. 22 points as we go to the fourth. Mafua will check in for the first time tonight. Cameron Mafua, the freshman from Folsom. Twidale inside for Onya. And Onya quickly gets tied up. Are they going to call a foul? I thought they might get a tie-up, but instead it is going to be a foul call.
These are such important minutes, really, for both teams. For Grambling, you want to make sure you still maintain your fight. You still want to execute. And then for Cal, talking about developing some depth. Got 2 freshmen on the floor looking to gain experience, and Coach Charmin Smith want to make sure that these Bears that are playing together get the most out of their opportunities.
Cal with another turnover. That's their 20th of the night. Wormsley gets into the paint, unable to finish. Ball squirts free, but the Bears come up with it. Josuni, and that's going to be another turnover by the Bears, make it 21 turnovers.
And Charmin Smith looks at the tape from this one. The turnovers are definitely going to be the point of emphasis as they move forward into their next game. Want to make sure they're taking better care of the basketball.
They'll need to take better care of it as the competition continues to get stiffer, that's for sure. Freeman, not a threat to shoot it from outside. Rolls to the basket, though. She is a threat to hit from the paint. She does just that.
She knows exactly who she is, turns down the jumper and gets right into a dribble handoff action to go with the basketball. She finds herself wide open for an easy layup.
Twidale. And Twidale able to connect off the handoff. And Lulu's up to 19 to lead all scorers in the game. Wormsley beat Twidale off the dribble but couldn't finish. Last touch by the Bears.
Good pick and roll by Grambling. Again, Freeman getting to that dribble handoff action for a nice layup. And then Twidale with a nice response here in the second half. She's been all over the place, really got her 3-ball going. But then even defensively on this last possession, showing the experience and maturity, keeping her hands up, not putting Grambling on the free throw line.
Wormsley misses badly, but the rebound by Grambling. Trying to get it inside, and instead the Bears come away with the basketball.
It'll be interesting to see coming out of this game how Cal adjusts to guarding players in the post. Haven't really been that effective handling Freeman.
Twidale catch and shoot 3, no, but a whistle away from the basketball. Not sure who this is going to be against. Still not really sure what the call here is.
Haven't gotten any indication from the officials.
Both teams going to their benches. I've seen no signal of any kind. Okay, so they did call a foul on Johnson. I didn't see a signal, though. That was interesting, to say the least. We're going to have a timeout here in Berkeley. Bears leading it by 23 here in the fourth. Back here in Berkeley. So, Theo, we never saw a signal, but the officials saw some contact with Zaria Johnson, and there's that push on Michelle Onya. And they blew the whistle. They went and looked at the review. They did not call anything more than a common foul, but Courtney Simmons has seen enough. Zaria Johnson got called for a technical in the first half that cost her team, and now this foul, and then she was told, hey, go to the locker room, you're done for the night.
Yeah, just a common foul on the floor, but Coach Simmons wanting to reinforce the standards that they're trying to hold themselves to. As you know, this is year 2 in her tenure. There's going to be plenty of adversity that they're going to have to work through, and she wants to send a message that the way they respond to those moments has to be better. And so coaching her team through the very end of this game.
Got to keep your composure. Williams, shot clock winding down with the feed and a whistle and a foul. Onya gets it, and Michelle Onya will go to the free throw line.
Cal team has been so unselfish in dribble penetration, specifically here in the second half. Again, I thought Kayla Williams actually had a layup, but Michelle Onya doing a really good job of presenting herself, making herself available to the basketball. See if she can convert here from the free throw line.
Onya 1 of 2 at the line tonight. Bears, these are free throws 19 and 20 for them tonight. In and out, so an empty trip for Onya.
Surprised that Onya missed both there. She had been an improved free throw shooter at just under 88% coming into this game.
She was 7 of 8 on the season coming in tonight. Wormsley for Freeman. Hartsfield. Phillips, no, and the rebound. There's a tie-up, and the possession arrow favors Grambling.
Grambling doing a good job of understanding spacing. Phillips reshaping around that restricted area on the dribble penetration, giving the outlet to her guard.
Three in for Wormsley, lost it for a second, gets it back, and able to get the bank to go.
Wormsley, she's so tough. Again, working off those off-ball pin downs, uses her footwork in the mid-range, and then going off the glass right there. That's difficult.
It's her 3rd shot off the glass in this game. She hit that bank 3 to start the night. Onya on the doorstep rattles it in.
No, you're right, Dave. Think about that. A bank 3 and then another bank from like 8 feet. Tough shot makers.
Prien, no. Mafua with the rebound. And Williams will break the press. Onya in transition, and another whistle and another foul, and a trip back to the free throw line for Onya.
Michelle Onya, relatively quiet night for her, but still working hard. Anytime you get 2 feet in the paint as a big, you want to reward them. Good lefty hook, able to finish, and then running hard in transition. Kayla Williams finds her another opportunity at the free throw line.
Twidale is going to check out as Maul comes back on, and if this lead holds for the Bears, we probably have seen the last of Twidale and Cremili and Suarez. Onya writes the ship at the free throw line.
You can't say enough about how important Onya is for this team. Her activity, her ability to rebound, when she commands attention in the paint.
Nearly came up with her own rebound off the miss. Prien can't get that to go. Maul with the rebound. Maul keeps the dribble alive, breaks the pressure. Williams, Josuni. And the Bears give the basketball right back to Grambling.
Good drive by Giussini, just a little too hot on the pass attempt to Onya.
Wormsley too strong. Comes up with her own miss.
Bears wanting to make sure that they don't give in defensively, want to keep the energy high. They're an illegal screen by Grambling.
Bryant, yeah. Second foul of the game on Jemiah Bryant. Ackerman will check back in. Onya takes a seat. So now the reserves primarily on the floor for the Bears, save Kayla Williams, who you got to think her time on the floor for this night is probably going to run out soon. Maul, wild shot, no. And it will be Tiger basketball.
Going back to that offensive foul, I think that's also the versatility that Kayla Williams brings. Just her ability to pressure the basketball makes her really difficult to screen, and sometimes you can make an impact that way on the box sheet.
Bryant was trying to get it inside. Ackerman with active hands. Hartsfield finds Jackson on the baseline. Noah Maul with the rebound. Grambling State, that pace has slowed down a little bit for them now. Williams inside. Ackerman tried an extra pass. Here come the Tigers. Hartsfield. Williams called for the reach-in foul.
One of the few mistakes by Natalia Ackerman. Typically when she's got it that deep into the paint, she's gone up and scored it. But again, Cal trying to be unselfish and look for their teammates. You like to see them convert the opportunities when they're there that close to the rim.
And Hartsfield with her first point of the night in nearly 20 minutes played.
Dave, you just talked about it. Their energy might have waned just a little bit as this game has got out of reach. But I don't feel like their purpose has waned. They've stayed committed. They've stayed engaged with what they're trying to do. The players that are on the floor still giving effort. It's hard when you're facing a deficit of this magnitude, but you see them here picking up in pressure. Coach Simmons still trying to will this group to continue to play hard.
And they come up with a basketball there. Who's it going to go to, though? Nicole Leon looking for some help. Ken Nash coming over. And they're giving the basketball to Grambling. Take another look.
That's just a tough play. Anytime a team's pressing, you generally don't want to put the ball on the floor with a bounce pass. You want to get it directly to your teammates' hands. And so ball goes on the floor, gives Grambling an opportunity to get a hand on it. Turnover created.
25 turnovers tonight for Cal. And then Ackerman, ooh, you don't like seeing that. Gets taken out at the ankle. And comes up limping a little bit. And I know you're trying to make a play, but oh, that is just tough.
Never fun when you get your ankle rolled up on. That looked eerily similar when you're watching college football Saturdays. You see linemen getting rolled up on and around the line of scrimmage. That can't feel good.
Natalia walking it off, surprisingly, with showing little adverse effects of it right now.
We've seen so many bodies hit the floor tonight. This has been a extremely physical, competitive basketball game from an intensity standpoint.
Well, 45 combined turnovers. That's a lot of turnovers.
In some ways, I think if you're Grambling, you're probably okay with your 20, understanding the style of play, believing that you'll get some of those possessions back off the offensive glass, your ability to turn your opponent over. But for Cal, as you mentioned, 25, that's not going to be a number that they want to see as they move forward.
Timeout being taken on the floor. The 25 turnovers, far and away the most Cal has committed in a game this season. 19 was the previous high. So that's going to give Charmin Smith a lot to talk to her team about at practice in the next couple of days before they take, well, tomorrow, I guess, before they take on Auburn. Hey, spend less and stream more sports with a special offer. Get an annual ESPN Plus subscription for the price of 9 months. So you pay for 12, or you pay for 9, you get 12.
That sounds like a deal to me.
It's almost Black Friday.
Is that coming up here?
It's always the Friday after Thanksgiving, and last time I checked, Thanksgiving is. By the way, this is a weird year this is a weird year this year because Thanksgiving, it's always the last Friday in November. But this year, there's 5 Thursdays in November, so it's late. It's the 29th. By the way, speaking of giving back, how about the Cal Bears, what they did back on November 15th? The Eat, Learn, and Play initiative. Steph and Aisha Curry, the driving forces behind that. And the Bears went to East Oakland Pride Elementary on the 15th, and they worked on building a play structure at the elementary school, and they were there until the wee hours of the morning working on that.
No, it's incredible to see, and apparently that took place right after they returned from Spokane and got out there and got engaged and involved with the community. I think in many ways, following the footsteps of their leader, head coach Charmin Smith, that's been a commitment that she's made since she's been the head coach here at Cal, and it's great to see these student athletes giving back to their community.
So Kayla Williams still out there, along with a quartet of reserves right now for the Bears. Williams into the corner. Joe Sooney unable to get it to go, and then the over-the-back foul as Mafua had come down with the rebound and established position. Look at Bryant for the foul.
Good effort by Mafua, the freshman. Going up to get that ball at the highest point probably prevents her from picking up the offensive foul.
I'll tell you what, Theo, if the clock keeps stopping every 7 or 8 seconds, we're going to be able to put our breakfast order in soon. This has literally been like 7 seconds whistle, 7 seconds whistle. This has been the way this fourth quarter has gone right now.
Again, Dave, you said it. You mentioned the fact that Grambling at one point was down 22. They still had an opportunity in this ball game. Their style of play allows them to have more chances and opportunities in this game.
Yeah, they're trying to extend it all they can, that's for sure. Abigor and King go to the scorer's table to check in for the Bears. Wormsley gets a very friendly roll, and it's a 20-point game.
And she really is a joy to watch. Such a tough bucket. Uses the threat of the ball screen, hard jab, rejects, gets to the mid-range, just a pure scorer.
She's the only player for the Tigers over 10 points. Freeman has exactly 10. Maul up over the top of the backboard, and it will be Grambling basketball. King and Abigor will check in. And now Kayla Williams will take a seat on the bench. Her night, no doubt, over. Well, I should say, barring some kind of crazy comeback here by Grambling, which with the pressure they're putting on, I don't know if you can breathe that easy just yet.
I don't think you can breathe at all. And you certainly want to see the Cal team close out the game the right way, but you got to have a lot of respect for the way Grambling has run through the tape in this game. They're going to do what they're going to do, pressuring the basketball, playing up tempo, driving the paint, playing with a lot of energy. No let up.
Brienne had it partially blocked, but right into the hands of Bryant. Maul. And here come the Lady Tigers. William Jackson. And look at a whistle underneath.
To your point, Dave, it's a little over 3 minutes. I don't know how comfortable you can be if you're Coach Smith, if this group doesn't get something going, they don't show an ability to get great shots, work the clock, just handle the moments down the stretch of this basketball game, because Grambling's not going away.
I guess the one good thing you got is Grambling is not going to get back in the game by shooting threes, because that's not what they do. And it's a lot harder to cut into a deficit when you can't hit threes. Grambling, though, an 8-0 run right now to get this thing back to a 16-point game, and now they just came up with the basketball again. Another turnover by the Bears.
And we've seen it. If you turn the basketball over, yes, they haven't made threes, but they can get to the basket. They've drawn contact, so the threat of three-point plays at the rim becomes something you have to worry about. And again, Cal now taking care of the basketball, closing out this game. You got to get shots on goal. down the stretch.
Grambling finally does get it in, but the basketball taken away by Noble to Kayla Williams, who has checked back in. And Noble does finally get it across the timeline. Kayla for three, off the front of the iron. Abigor. And a whistle and a foul. They're going to get it on Prien.
I think this is a really nice game for Gabrielle Abigor. A game that she can build upon. Been really effective on the glass. It's converted when she's had her opportunities in the paint. And she's an active player, local product out of Walnut Creek. Led the nation in blocks her sophomore year in high school. So a lot of potential there. Great opportunity for her to get some experience.
Gets the lead back up to 17. Mosley hands it off for Salat. Salat will fire a deep three. No, Williams couldn't quite come up with the rebound.
All night we've seen these guards from Grambling crashing in from the weak side. Prien, Hartsfield do a really good job of keeping the basketball alive.
Prien. Bryant spins, gets it over Abigor, no. And now a whistle and a stoppage here.
Cal's got to do a better job of getting in the fight. When the shot goes up, especially against this type of team, you've got to find bodies, can't turn and watch. They're crashing.
Closing in on 2 minutes to go here in an 18-point game. Prien uses the screen, calls her own number, no. Noble finally does come up with the basketball, but stepped out of bounds. Williams. Zara King, she gets fouled as she drives inside.
Good job by Cal working their action. King being patient, waiting for a seam, able to get to her left hand. And a lot of that space was created by Abigor posting up in the paint, occupying the backside of the defense. Talked about the opportunity for King to get comfortable from the free throw line where she struggled to this point in the season, but again, really good minutes for the freshman. Hopefully an opportunity to get settled in and get more comfortable so she can start playing her game.
How about the activity there by Jaden Noble, able to save the basketball for the Bears.
Big time hustle play, and we talked about it earlier. Her activity, her ability to rebound at her size, just a great extra effort. Throwing the ball.
Wow, you gotta love that.
Off of Jackson, heck of a play.
That is really a great play. And now we're gonna whistle, and it's gonna be a foul away from the basketball as Claire Simmons knocks Abigor to the court.
Got to believe that Abigor is starting to build the trust more and more with the coaching staff. You think about the way she's impacted the game. She's sealed hard, she's run hard, she's given great effort. She's finished in the paint. She's made selfless plays, giving up her body. screening opportunities, and then you look at her free throw shooting stroke right there. A lot to like about this young freshman.
Cal has left a lot of points at the free throw line tonight, though.
It'll definitely be the turnovers. When this game is over, Charmin Smith is going to impart with her team the importance of valuing the basketball.
Yeah, and the reason I've been a little bit quiet is that I've been trying to go through the record book to see what the most turnovers in a game is. We know this is a season high with 26. 23 was the most they had last year, but I've been unable to come up with the number. Maybe that's a good thing. But I'll tell you what, if you can turn it over 26 times and win, then that's a positive. As a coach, you'll take that. You'll be like, all right, well, we dodged the bullet, and we're happy to take it. Move on to the next.
Definitely communicate that message, and a win feels a lot better. But again, if you're Cal, you're telling your group, we're one of the most efficient offensive teams in the country. We've got to give ourselves a chance, as many chances as possible, to get shots at the basket. And when we turn the ball over, it's just, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. So this is a great lesson, a great opportunity that they might be able to build from.
Cal came into the game 5th in the nation in offensive efficiency at 122.8, which that's points per 100 possessions. Guess what? The two teams they're taking on in their next couple of games, Auburn and Michigan State, are both also in the top 7 in offensive efficiency. So it's going to be a battle the next couple of games.
First team to get a stop.
All right, I'm feeling comfortable about this one now, Theo.
I would say it's in a pretty good spot. Again, you see Coach Simmons, she's still up there standing, coaching, talking to her team, as is Charmin Smith. No team is letting go of the rope on either side of this one.
Noble gets it inside for Abigor, and Abigor able to bounce it off the glass and in. Freeman loses the basketball.
I will say that was probably the first and only possession that you just didn't feel it from Grambling offensively, but a heck of an effort and fight that they put forth in this one.
By the way, they turned it over 22 times tonight, so they didn't exactly take care of the basketball either. Williams spins around to Hartsfield and then gets a finish at the rim. And the Bears are about to go to 5-0. And a timeout being taken by Courtney Simmons with 15 seconds left.
Well, she talked about it in shoot-around. Not wasting any moments. Opting for progress over perfection. And believing that they have an opportunity to work on their execution right now. Gonna get every moment out of this basketball game.
And you know what? Hey, fans that don't realize that game's over, what are you doing? But you know what? This is a chance to try and run something that maybe you might need later in the season. They're picked #1 in their conference in the preseason poll. They went to the women's NIT last year. Once they get into conference play, this is a team that they've got still some pretty lofty postseason aspirations.
I totally agree with you. They're a team that has expectations, if not externally, internally. And you talk about the year that they had last year, 23 wins, again, picked first in their conference. They're trying to prepare themselves for conference play by the time that rolls around. And you mentioned not having a home game until January. These are opportunities on the road in tough environments where you're going to be looking for execution. And so Coach Simmons not wasting any opportunities to try to help her team develop in these areas.
And she talked about this, you know, what a tough road it can be coaching at an HBCU institution. And you know, you don't have the money, you don't have the funding, you don't have the NIL, you don't have the facilities, but you know what? They got a whole lot of want to. That's what they have.
Absolutely. A whole lot of fight, a whole lot of pride, and it was on display a ton here today.
Prien gets it away to Wormsley for a 3. Prien comes up with the offensive rebound, lets it fly at the buzzer. No, there is no buzzer because there's a whistle with .1 left. Wow, .1 left, and we're going to have free throws upcoming.
I don't think I've seen or been a part of the game where a team And it is impressive. I've mentioned it previously, but running through the tape.
Oh, they're running through the tape.
They had played a full 40 minutes. And there's a lot that both teams will take away from this game as areas of identified where they can improve. But I will say I am impressed with the fight and tenacity of this Grambling group, and then the resiliency from a Cal squad to hold them off.
Well, that's going to do it at the tape. We broke through the tape, and Cal is the victor after a very disjointed, but at times really entertaining game. Cal